Alright folks, here we are in the semi-finals for the ZOTAC European Cup. This is Rifkin, I'm casting with Doom, and of course this is a best of 3. Now spawning here in the lower left corner of the map, playing for Against All Authority, it is MarineLorD, also known as M-Lord.
And his opponent, recently acquired by Navi, team known mostly for Dota 2, expanding into StarCraft. He is in the golden trunks, the Zerg player, Minato.
Do you know the story behind Navi, Doom?
I don't know the story, but I just know that there are some ballers at Dota 2.
Well, yes, 100% agree with that, but they actually did used to exist in the StarCraft scene, and players like Baby Knight, Happy Zerg, etc., they were all on Navi, and they kind of packed their bags and said, look, for the time being it's not worth it, but we promise in a year or two we'll be back. So when they did come back, that's why we saw FXO get acquired, and all of the ex-Navi players were going to return anyways, so I think they just kind of came to a mutual agreement that worked out best for everybody. And there we go, Minato and MarineLorD putting their Twitters there in chat. Guys, if you like the way they play, send them some love, go tweet at them. I mean, it really doesn't take much, but if a player sees, hey, I really enjoyed your game, win or lose, they're going to feel really happy about getting the support from their fans.
Hell yeah, it is inspiring to see that type of stuff. These guys are gladiators in the arena, bringing you the entertainment, and what better way to reward them by letting them know directly, like you're honestly speaking directly to professional StarCraft 2 players when you're on Twitter. If you're not out there already, encourage you to make an account. It is awesome. You can get up to speed on everything going down in the StarCraft 2 community. It's really the only way to stay on the pulse of StarCraft 2.
It's such a high schooler mentality, but I mean, like getting the notification on your phone saying, hey, you've got a new tweet. I mean, even for me, that puts a smile on my face. For the StarCraft 2 players to see their fans are supporting them, it means that much more.
Yep, makes my heart tingle ever so slightly, but alright. Let's jump into this game, Rifkin, here. We're seeing some early deviations from the prior ZBTs we've seen today. The Command Center opener first here from MarineLorD on the low ground is a bold move, and the one that is going to pay off for him as he's now moving his SV across, sees that the hatchery first was taken from Minato. So it's going to be, putting him slightly in the lead here, and as he's gotten his first refinery as well, he will be moving up to, decide what type of tech he'll be pursuing in the game. The Overlord, though, is going to be scouting this off, so although MarineLorD is getting good information on his side of the field, Minato's matching him blow by blow every step of the way.
Blow by blow, the scouting battle. It's like the Russian Cold War. The spies everywhere, no real fighting going on. But one thing I do want to point out, we did see similar things happen earlier with the Nurchio versus Kirawatsa, the bus driver guy, and where Nurchio chose to punish him with a lot of roaches and end the games very quickly. Distinctly, Minato, not taking his gas just yet, will probably just play macro behind this.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't taken that third hatchery just yet, but probably just focusing on getting his queens out, trying to get those injects hit, and he's actually going to be moving up his tech slightly here. 2 gases being taken at the natural, so third base probably won't be coming till a little bit later on. And this is curious to me because, I mean, he saw the fact that the Command Center was taken first. I think the typical response would be to take your own third hatchery right off the bat to try to get more and more drones out in the field,
but that's almost like a more Protoss response. Like it's a lot more difficult to do that against Terran because of course they will have Hellions on the field. Protoss, they're not nearly as threatening in the early game. So taking that third hatchery, a lot easier I feel in another matchup, but not a bad choice, but not a great choice.
Well, the issue with that I see is the fact that MarineLorD is going for the third Command Center here. So if Minato has it in his mind that, okay, my opponent went for an early Command Center, it likely means he's going to be going into this 3 Command Center style play. This is going to benefit him by going for this early tech because he'll be able to get more units out, there'll be stronger units, there'll be more in mass. And, I like it if it's going to progress out for him that way, but we'll have to see. He's going for 2 evolution chambers here right off the bat, so this could be a big attack here with +1/+1 upgrades, and that's the type of thing that could really stop MarineLorD in his tracks, but he's continuing to produce Hellions here. Actually hasn't built... Okay, it is going to be 2 more Hellions on the way to going up to 4 in total on the field, starting his stim just now as well.
Yeah, he's really going to want to hit about 6 to crack this queen wall. You're not going to engage this with 4 Hellions very effectively, but the creep spread is also going to get shut down by the 2 Hellions that are already out here. Can they pick up these tumors? Yes. Nope, canceling immediately.
Good cancel there. Certain players canceling those is definitely an awesome move here, but Minato not getting his carapace level 1 up just quite yet, is going for that melee upgrade, so it's not going to be a type of roach swells that are coming out here, but he is going up to lair right off the bat. This is... I don't know. It's feeling like this could have some muta potential, but I'm not exactly sure based on what he's
Well,
doing so far.
it's 9 times out of 10 you'll see a Zerg player do mutilating Bane against a Terran player, and it's because it works quite effectively. The Widowmines, the Hellions, it doesn't really matter what's on the field. The Banelings help cancel most of what it is, and unless they're going mech, those Banelings are always going to be effective. Mutalisks, they shut down drops, and they're the only effective way to do that. So every Zerg player, in my eyes, should at least have a Spire to potentially shut them down, because every Terran player, in my eyes, should also be going for drops when allowed to.
Yeah, and another thing about that too is that when the Terran player is moving out with this third command center, if you've got the Mutalisk there to deflect, like say transferring SCVs, or at least force the command center to lift off and try to get out, or at least force the Terran's army to that third base area, it opens up counterattacks all over the map for the Zerg, and it allows him to also expand behind that as well. But being very proactive with his Hellions here, MarineLorD taking down 2 creep tumors right off the bat, definitely kind of frustrating for Minato, confined to just his natural. And he has actually started third base about halfway done. And oh, the Hellions are
nice surround. Oh, but somehow he manages to slip out of them, coating in oil, not just flames. And Doom, that was actually very close. I mean, if he had lost all those Hellions, that could have been devastating this early on the game. He needs them to maintain the map control, keep the creep back.
I mean, that's why you hold the watchtower to see these type of things coming out. And once again, oh, the things are going to
such beautiful hits going off. And Minato coming in with such large numbers.
But they are getting cornered here. Going to break off one pack of the Lynx to try to take out this Widowmine, which is actually going to get surrounded here. Ripken not going to burrow in time. SCV even going to get picked off. The Hellions are still alive here, but you got to be thinking their days are numbered. As soon as they try to fire around a shot, they will potentially be taken out, but he's just going to run away.
He's trying to run away, but nice Widowmine will go off, but unfortunately the friendly fire kills the Hellion. Oh my god, that is so unfortunate.
Third base area over here, and Overlord has been stifling the third from not being able to land here. With that creep spread down there, he's completely shut down. So with these Mutalisks on the way, he sees the fact that the third base has been taken. He's got free reign to do what he wants, and there are no turrets in the main base. 2 engineering bases have just been built here, about to finish up his +1/+1. But looking at the army counts here for both players, it does feel as though the Zerg players a little bit more in control with the massive amount of links coming out, with the Baneling speed on the way, and with the Mutalisks, which are going to retain total map control in this situation.
This is actually looking pretty good for Minato. His creep is starting to get a little out of hand.
And moving in even here with a couple of links at the third base, killing off more and more Hellions as the Mutas are swinging into the main base. One turret is just about to finish up, but these reactors have become prime targets here. He's actually going to go for the tech lab.
Gonna be chased off, sadly, but if he could have stopped that combat shields, that would have been massive.
Meanwhile, though, big swell of links is going to move into third base area to prevent this third from landing even further. And though MarineLorD got his third base up at least completed quicker than the Zerg player, he hasn't been able to utilize it to a great degree. 17 drones are actually being built behind this as well, so Minato is doing exactly what he wants to do. And he may be able to take out this third base with these Mutalisks. I mean, can he actually deflect against this with this amount of links on the ground?
I don't feel it'd be safe for him to. He can try. He certainly will. He doesn't want to lose the command center for free. It's got so much energy banked up on it, too.
Oh, and Banelings are on the way too, so as he draws the Marines out, they could be drawn into Banelings, which are just about to finish centrifugal hooks. 20 seconds left for that. Oh, this third base is kind of a huge point of contention in this game, and now the Banelings are spotted here. It's up to MarineLorD to try to split his units up. Marines have been stemmed back, but they are clumped up to some degree in this area. Mutalisks moving forward as well. Rifkin, carnage everywhere here.
But the Marines live through the Baneling hits. Now it's just 5 Mutalisks and nothing else. He will be driven back. And a really nice hold there from MarineLorD, spreading at the top of the ramp, doing exactly what he needed to do. But of course, if that speed had been there a few seconds earlier, Doom, that could have been a different engagement altogether.
Absolutely there. It just was a little bit of a too quick of an attack there from MarineLorD here. Good defense, good defense. And behind this, I want to point out that Minato hasn't taken his fourth base. He's now just trying to drop down that fourth in the center of the map here, but nothing to the south here being built for him. He's still confined to this 3-base economy, and he's just about to add on an infestation pit as well.
Look at the Overlord spread too. I mean, I don't think Minato's worried about drops getting by undetected at all.
No, that is sexy. He's got the creep tumors, he's got the Overlord spread in good position. He's in complete map control, and he's really benefiting from it. But MarineLorD's being very patient, slow and steady. He's getting his upgrades up. +2/+2 is about 3/4 of the way done. He's also going for ship plating, which is not only going to benefit all of his mechanical units, it's really going to benefit Widow Mines, which are going to be really great at countering the Lings, countering the Banes, and countering these packs of Mutas, which can be floating around the map here. Great defense at the third base, too, with this supply depot wall off.
Yeah, I like that, I mean, those SCVs, he could have just ignored them and be like, whatever, 3 SCVs, but he did try and capitalize on every advantage he can get here. Minato, I don't know, Doom, he's not really in a position where he should/would want to strike. He's definitely down in supply and has a lot of Widow Mines on the field. I like that he's posturing around, but of course, if you let a Terran player sit back and macro on 3 bases, you're going to be in some trouble. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Minato's either got to take a 5th or do some damage, because, yeah, we start seeing MarineLorD start to move out here.
Oh, and this is not the timing that Minato wants to be hitting as his +2/+2 has completed for our Terran player. It has not completed yet for the Zerg, though, and we're seeing the benefits of that from the Terran, taking out those banelings without even having to split his Marines. And this is going to open up a huge timing attack for him here. A large chunk of Minato's army has been taken on the field. And looking at the army supplies, 85 for MarineLorD, 56 for Minato. MarineLord's adding on his +3/+3 at the same time. Rifkin, this 4th base is not long for this world.
This is really not good, because on top of the fact that there's no Zerglings currently on the field, there's also no Banelings, which is more important. He's barely been able to make these connects. If he's got to spend the time morphing them, yeah, immediately throwing down these Banelings. He knows how critical they are.
Even then, I don't think he even has enough, though. This only looks like it's about 10 Banelings, 8 Banelings actually in production here, and the Mutalisks are completely countered by the Widowmine Marine composition. He's going to be getting that drilling cost in about 50 seconds. Won't come into a factor in this next engagement, but he's got to have huge splits here. MarineLorD moving his Marines backwards, taking them out before they even complete. Big hits.
Nice Baneling hits, though, towards the end. It was really rocky at the start, but there's enough Mutalisks to finally clean this up. But, I mean, he's trading a lot of gas for a lot of minerals, and that's not always something you want to have to do, especially because he has the Ultralisk Cavern on the way. He's going to need that tack, that gas, so it's going to be so important to him.
I love the choice to go for Ultralisk here. They literally destroy Marines despite having those 3/3 upgrades. But the medevac count here for MarineLorD is getting a little bit out of control. He's adding on 2 at a time in addition to already having 8 out on the field. I mean, if he's able to keep the hatcheries down, he's going to be great. But
nice snipe with that
micro taking that Widowmines.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, this one MarineLorD right did scout the space, will be a bit harassive, and Minato, Doom, this is really looking scary for him. He's got more Banelings on the way, but there's still a lot of medevacs and a lot of Widowmines up here. Gonna drop in the main while this is going on as well.
Yeah, the Widowmines are the scariest part of this equation here, but the Mutalisks, oh, they tried to go for that medevac, but they're not gonna be able to do so. The 1 queen in the main base will be the only thing to stand in the way.
Oh, and the Ultra Cavern is here. Oh, Doom, you can't afford to lose this.
The 4th base was dropped at the same time as well here. He's in such a huge spread outside, a monster contained going on the 3rd base, and big Baneling shot goes down. But it's not going to be enough here to clean up. The Mutalisks are not going to be able to stop this. And there's nothing stopping him from moving to the 3rd base except for this wall of Banelings, which, you know...
Well, he does clean up the drop of the main just barely, but still a lot of Marines pushing in here.
He has to have the best control in the world, and even if he has that, there is still a huge...
Oh no, the Ultralisk!
Huge army coming through.
Just completely on his own, charging forward, tries to soak Widowmine hits, but unfortunately there's none to be had, and now... Oh, look at these Widowmines. So many Widowmines trading up with so many Banelings, but the reinforcing Marines are going to be a little too much, as again, we don't have any Banelings left on the field, just a meager Ultralisk.
8 barracks back in the main base here from MarineLorD, constantly going to be pushing units across the map. He's got a planetary fortress completing in the middle of the field. He's got a command center about to finish to the top left. The engagements are going down, but the Widowmine shots are too much to overcome here. Ultras should be able to push this off, though, in combination with the Mutalisks, and he needs to take out as many medevacs as possible, but they boost away just in time.
Yeah, the big problem is...
insanely successful.
The big problem for Minato, look at this, I mean, he's constantly training out the Marines and the ground forces, that's fine. He needs to knock down these medevacs. If he doesn't start taking these medevacs out soon, he's going to start spiraling, and MarineLorD will have no problem replacing these low-cost, just mineral units.
I'd love to see him make a couple of swarm hosts to try to get some free units out on the field to try to deflect against this, but it looks like it's not going to be enough. The Widowmine shots taking out Ultras. Marines and Marauders now pushing forward here. Medevac count has stayed consistent, and Rifkin, well played, comes from Minato. MarineLorD takes the first game in this best-of-3 series.